with this, appearance here, being the first one of the 2011 season. So I want to ask, I want to have people ask a couple questions because I can sit here and talk forever about a lot of things, but I think the questions help open up a little more and get into depth about what I'm doing rather than just an overview of what I do. So do we have a microphone, an extra mic there somewhere?
Yeah, mic's on stands if people want to come up.
What's that? Okay.
Microphone's up front if people want to come up and line up for questions.
So people have to get up and now? You're not going to walk around with it like yesterday, huh? Okay. Who wants to get up to the front and ask the first question? I got to get someone up there. Even if I have to pay someone, okay. All right.
What do you do as far as cardio when you lift during your season? Because I know we go to Golds a lot, we see a lot of bodybuilders, and basically all they do is the Stairmaster. Like they don't really do the treadmill or anything like that. It's just Stairmaster. I was wondering what you do to maintain your muscle, but also not put on fat at the same time.
So my cardio routine is also the Stairmaster. Okay, stair gauntlet, what we call it, is the actually rotating stairs. I have one in my home, so usually my cardio sessions are done early in the morning before my first meal or mid-morning after maybe one meal sometimes, depending on how depleted my body is. I do approximately 30 to 45 minutes in a very heated garage because I live in Las Vegas and we know it's very, very hot in Las Vegas in the summertime when I'm training for Mr. Olympia, so my garage gets to about 140 degrees, so I'm out there sweating. I said yesterday, I think I lose about 7 to 8 pounds each time I get on that stair gauntlet in the morning. And then I do it usually at 2 o'clock in the morning before my 3 o'clock a.m. meal because I stay up most of the night. Anyone that follows me knows that I train, all odd hours. So I stay up, eat my last meal at 3 and I go to bed at 4 in the morning and I rise again at 8 o'clock in the morning. So usually I'm doing my last cardio session at 2 a.m. and it's back on the stairs. But I might switch to treadmill here and there, sometimes the bike even. But the reason that a lot of bodybuilders now are doing the stair gauntlet is because it works a lot of the glutes and of course hamstring, and from behind condition is where we're judged on quite a bit. And I've tried to improve those areas the last couple of years, and that's when I started actually producing more time on the stairs. Okay?
I have two questions. The first one is, what do you think about vegetarian bodybuilders? And the second one is, what's your supplement profile?
Okay, so vegetarian bodybuilders, you're speaking to a guy that eats about 5 pounds of meat a day, so are you a vegetarian bodybuilder? Is it difficult to get protein that way?
Just from the supplements, I guess?
Supplements, tofu, that kind of stuff. Never experienced being a vegetarian, or really, I don't know any professional bodybuilders that eat, just vegetables. They're all carnivores, I think, We like a lot of meat, so, like I said, I eat upwards of 5 pounds a day, which is quite a bit to maintain my body weight. Supplements, I use all kinds of supplements. I use protein powders, especially around my training. When I diet for competition, I actually use a protein powder for my first meal. I use about 75 to 100 grams of protein in a protein shake, usually whey protein. And everyone knows I endorse the Muscle Tech brand, so I do use that. I use an NO2 product before I train, which is arginine, usually some caffeine. I use that before my training. I use some simple sugars after training, like a carbohydrate combo, replenish the muscles quickly, drink, and actually protein I use sometimes after training. Also a lot of branched chain aminos between workouts, during the workouts, and I take upwards to about 100 pills a day of various different C's and B's and cranberries and milk thistles and fish oil capsules. The list goes on and on. I'd have to look in my cabinet.
Are there any particular supplements that you would recommend?
Any what?
Any particular supplements that you would recommend?
Particular?
Like company or...
Well, of course I endorse Muscle Tech, so
yeah.
They deliver a trailer truckload every month to my house. So anyone that's looking for supplements, if you're in Las Vegas, hit me up because I got a garage full of supplements.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jay, I'm thrilled that you're here.
Thank
What
you.
are your best lifts, like deadlift and clean and jerk, things like that?
You want the truth, or you want me to make
truth.
it up?
I want the
Yeah.
truth.
I've squatted about 650 pounds when I was young and stupid. I bench pressed 550 pounds for 2. Clean and jerk I've never done. That's more like a power lifter thing, right? What else? I don't know what other lifts there are. What else is there? Leg press? I don't know.
Okay, and if I gave you $1 million, could you finish an Ironman triathlon?
Absolutely not.
What's the farthest you think you could run in a road race?
Probably from here to there.
Okay, cool. And do you have any thoughts on human growth hormone?
I think, the studies show that it's, kind of the fountain of youth, but I seem to think it's a little overrated. People think that you get much more result from that than you actually do. I know a lot of people use it for recovery. I know a lot of it now is given to older people for, health reasons. And I'm not real familiar on what the studies show other than, I don't see as much negative as I do positive from what people say, but the prescription dose is very, very little, and it's supposedly just to replace, just like they use testosterone replacement, what your body has lost.
And one last question. Do you have any health issues, like places where your health is better than average or where it's been challenged by all your eating and everything? Because you're like taking the human body to the extreme in so many ways. What are your health issues? And if you don't want to say anything, that's cool. But
No, I've never had any issues, just like I've never had a major injury. I'm fortunate, right now to be, 100% healthy. Obviously, my body weight's very, very high, but I was 275 pounds at 20 years old. And when I started weight training, I was almost 200 pounds. So, it seems like for me, my body can hold. I didn't work out for 3 months and I stayed 270 pounds. And I ate twice a day when I had that break. So I think my body's now accustomed to holding a certain amount of weight. So a lot of people that think it's unhealthy, obviously, I'm not in the best cardio shape. If you want me to run the room, I probably would get winded, but I'd probably beat a lot of people in here though.
all right, great.
Yeah.
Thank you for your answers. It's
Thank
awesome.
you.
Okay. Couple quick questions. Are you planning on entering any other competitions besides Olympia this year? And do you use periodization in your workouts?
No competitions other than the Mr. Olympia. No, I'm booked almost every weekend doing these personal appearances. As everyone knows now, when Mr. Olympia usually wins a competition, he stays in that competition and really doesn't, benefit going to any other competition. A lot of people say, well, the prize money is great at the Arnold Classic. I won that, 3 years. They gave away Hummer trucks. I won 3 Hummer trucks, and they don't give the Hummer anyway, so I'm not going to go back. And I had enough vehicles. My neighbors complained because I had too many cars in my driveway. And as far as my training, I do different types of training where I actually, like right now I'm on like a 2-month program where I'm going to train as much volume as possible with the shortest rest amount times I can, which is 45 to 60 seconds. And for me, I don't really change anything from that for the 2 months. And then I had reevaluate everything after 2 months, try to decide where my body's at. And right now I'm having great success at this. And everyone knows I train with the FST7 program, which is a faster stretching program. I try to get as much blood volume and pump to the muscle to stretch the muscle out. A lot of stretching, massage therapy, all sorts of things goes into my training. I do kettlebells, I do Pilates, I do everything. So there's no fancy things to my workouts really. Pretty much basic since day one. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
You say you get about 7,500 calories a
Yeah,
day.
6,500 to 7,500.
How do you break up your meals? Example, like 1,200 calories per meal, or does it vary? And what exactly does your meal consist of?
Well, right now, I'll give you an example of what I do. And I'll give you like the lowdown truth on the Jay Cutler diet as it has been for the last 4 weeks. I do at least 12 to 16 ounces of meat every meal. In the morning for breakfast, I have about 24 egg whites. Okay. So breakfast is 24 egg whites. I have like 4 packets of grits, which is that's like 80 to 90 grams of carbohydrates. I have a banana. I have Ezekiel toast with peanut butter and jelly on it. So yeah, that's probably my biggest meal. And then the rest of my meals is either 12 to 16 ounces of steak or chicken. I eat 3 steak meals a day. I eat a total of 7 meals. And then I have 100 grams of rice, carbohydrates with each meal. Sometimes potato in there. But between every meal, I have branched chain aminos. But after each meal, except for breakfast, I have angel food cake with strawberries and whipped cream. Every meal. Right now. So, okay? That's the truth. Angel food cake's what's going to bring me to the 5th Mr. Olympia title, okay? Because everyone knows what angel food cake is, right? It has no fat. It has obviously sugar and egg whites. And of course, fat-free whipped cream and some strawberries doesn't make it taste so bad. It doesn't taste like much, so.
Oh, Jay, what's your opinion for a workout 3 times a week, the full body, as opposed to a split routine?
How long have you been training for?
About 3 months.
3 months, so you're a beginner. You consider yourself a beginner?
I would say like for the weightlifting.
Yeah. So you do full body workout 3 times a week?
Right, and then like 2 of the days I do either high intensity interval training or I play basketball.
That's okay. Obviously for muscle gain, I wouldn't suggest doing such a program because it's number one, a lot of calories you're burning when you're doing your full body like that, but it's going to be very hard to maintain that muscle and eat, the right amount of calories without burning it down. Your body, each muscle usually takes about 72 hours for recovery time. So if you're training, 3 days a week, a lot of times you're not getting that full 72 hours of rest. So that's why I suggest training each body part once every 5 to 7 days, but at least giving a 72-hour break on each body part. Obviously, when we train certain body parts, such as our chest training, we're going to use, the shoulders in there and the triceps and whatnot. But specifically trying to isolate each muscle group, I would suggest not doing too much. But if you're not trying to get a lot bigger, obviously, if you're still doing other sporting,
yeah.
If you're doing like basketball, that kind of stuff, then that's okay. It will help tone you up for sure. Keep you lean.
And so, like, if I try to get as buff as you, like, just do the
you can't get as buff as me. I'm Mr. Olympia.
That's true, Jay.
And you're too young anyway. I'm 37. How old are you?
25.
Yeah, see? So you got some time. You'll get there.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, buddy. I always say that, it's funny because in the airports I get stopped all the time by the parents and like, I have a 16-year-old son, he's your size. I'm like, get out of here.
Hey Jay.
Yeah.
How you doing? Would you say doing 60 minutes of cardio or doing interval cardio is the best?
So 60, 1 hour.
A whole hour?
No, I would suggest doing intervals. So you usually do like 1 or 2 minutes of a fast pace and then 5 or 6 minutes of a slower pace. Usually that's the way I would do it because that's going to help tap into body fat rather than just beat your body down and end up burning up muscle tissue. 1 hour is a long time to do cardiovascular training. So anyone out there that does cardio, I mentioned I do it first thing in the morning and I do it at night. The best time to do cardio I would suggest is in the morning on an empty stomach, okay, or after your weight workout. So you guys that go and do your cardio before your weight training, it's proven that this isn't the best thing because you're only going to burn up glycogen out of the muscle. So once you go and work out after doing that cardio, your body's going to be burnt down from that cardio. So always suggest doing your cardiovascular after your weight training if that's the time you have to do it. But I would suggest, high intensity to low intensity type is going to tap into more body fat than just sitting on the treadmill or stairs or bike or whatever at one solid speed. I think going up and down, bringing the heart rate up, bringing it down, you know, obviously you're going to bring it down for longer periods than you are